So in the last video, I introduced you to the software that we're going to be using for scanning the product list that we are able to get from the wholesale supplier. I was going to show you an example of a product list that I've worked on before, just so you get an idea of some of the data you're expected to see. So here's an example of a suppliers list, and so here's all the information that the software returns. So for example, so the product ID is actually the UPC code from the suppliers list. So this is the number that identifies the product. And column B, it has the cost of the product. And then this is where we start getting into the data that is coming from Amazon. So right here, column C, we're getting the ASIN. So this is the product identifier in the Amazon marketplace. Then we're going to get the sales rank, which is basically the BSR. Here's the title of the product, whether or not the product is branded, so that's column G, all the different brands. One thing to note is that with Amazon and brands, not everybody is allowed to sell certain brands on Amazon. You actually need to get ungated or have permission. So that's something to consider when we are doing the analysis, that not all brands are going to be, I'm going to be able to sell on Amazon. As you start getting into the other columns, there's some information about the length, the height, the width of the packaging, and column N is basically the product price on Amazon. The offers is the amount of competition, so we definitely don't want to be in a listing where there is 40 sellers. We're never going to get a sale. That's way too many. Then you have the fees, and then towards the end, there's a profit number that the software gives you, but there's another way we're going to be able to figure out profit that I trust a lot more. And then this is basically your profit percentage, based on this data. So once you have all this information, then it's a matter of kind of sorting the data and kind of going after the products that have the most potential. And I'll get into some of the details on how to sort the data, how to what to look for, but we'll leave that for the next video. But the most important thing is going to be the information that we can find about the product. So because we do have the ASIN, you can copy the ASIN, and then you can go to Amazon and we can look for that product, which is this one right here. Now sometimes the information might not be 100% accurate, so this is why having access to the supplier's website as well, to double check and make sure that the product ASIN from the results are the same one from the website. So just keep that in mind. We have 4 minutes, so I kind of want to move this quickly. So then what we want to do here is the product going to be profitable? So we have the ASIN, and then we'll go to Seller Central Amazon, and this is the revenue calculator. So you search the ASIN, and it's gonna find the product, and then you're gonna start entering this information, and you're gonna estimate what your profit is going to be. So the product is selling for $19.50. So you go back here You put in the price, and you're gonna put it under the Amazon fulfillment because we're sending the product over to Amazon. So the ship to Amazon. So this is how much it's gonna cost to, to ship the products to Amazon. Shipping to Amazon is actually, not too expensive. So let's say that it's gonna cost us, let's say, $1 per item, right, for shipping. So it's just an estimate. And then how much the product is going to cost. So if we go back to the sheet, so according to this, the product is $2.85, and again, we'll have to validate this information on the website, on the supplier's website. But for right now, let's just play with the numbers. And once you run the calculate, it's telling us that the net margin is about 38%, which if it's true, it's actually fantastic. And the net profit is about $7.48. So, this is a quick way to, identify the numbers, make sure the numbers make sense, and if it makes it a viable product for resale, using this wholesale model. So in the next video, we'll get into some more details.